Good morning.
There you go. How many weeks ago did you sprain it? Let's say 4 weeks ago?
4, yeah, exactly.
So within a week, within 3 days you were walking, right?
Yes.
You're doing exercises. When I say walking, she was away from using crutches. And then we started doing mobility work that week. Week 2, we started incorporating some stability work, nice and easy. Now she's doing a little bit more functional, full program strength training. And she's running again 3 weeks after a pretty severe sprained ankle. Probably a grade 2 sprained ankle over the outer ankle, basically. So a classic sprain over this portion of the ankle, really common to have come in. And so I'll show you how I adjust her foot. But actually, what we're going to talk about today is what, Molly? What are we going to talk about?
Migraines.
She asked me not to ask any questions. Relax your hip. Good. So migraines. You don't get migraines, do you?
I don't. Nope.
So there's 2 types of migraines, okay? Relax here a little bit more in your midfoot. There we go. There's common and there's classic. What 2 types are there?
Common, classic.
Nice. So, I'll bring you back up. So we're doing a full, for Molly. This is Molly's issue, is an ankle sprain. She came in with referred low back pain into the hips. We cleared that up early on, and then we've been treating her ankle recently. Now she's catching balls, balancing on one foot like a yogi master.
Yeah. Wouldn't say that, but you know, getting there.
I'd say it. And then we're just doing a little clinical series. We talk about different topics. Today's topic is migraines, and we were speaking about them on a prior video. I sat down and kind of went over it, but I didn't think it was that great. So I'm going to give you a quick rundown on migraines. All right. So 3 types of migraines out there, right? You have your classic tension, stress migraines, right? Or musculoskeletal tension migraines. You've got cluster headaches, which are like these rapid and kind of going on, off headaches that happen for a duration of time. We'll talk about that on our next series. And then we have migraines. So you can have migraines from noises like fire engines.
Like that, like they'll like get headache. I don't know if, but aren't headaches different though than a migraine?
Sounds like a little bit of a hangover, Molly. Sounds like a little bit of a hangover.
No, we don't do that here.
Now,
We don't do that here.
Yeah, just at Penn State where you go to visit.
That's right.
So let's learn about them, right?
Yeah.
So what are they? What's going on? There's 3 theories that you can have a migraine from. Basically, it's an increase in pressure in the head, right? And it's a deeper type of headache than, say, your classic tension headache, right? Usually they happen on one side. They affect the eye, right? And there's 3 things that can set them off. It could be like a more of a psychosomatic type of a migraine, where there's a situation that gives you a response internally, and there's a nervous system response that causes you to have this autonomic, it's called. Autonomic is this like self-regulating system within your nervous system that causes you to have a migraine to occur. That's like a situational, right? Then you could have triggers, right? It could be hormonal, right? It could be a hormonal surge. It could be a food or an allergen. It could be a stressful situation where you're really tense and stressed and irritated. It could come from like not enough sleep. It can come from these glycemic dips, and where you're not eating consistently through the day and people kind of skip meals. Sometimes that can set off a migraine in a person, or a really high sugar-loaded diet can set off a migraine too. So those are some of the things that can cause them from a trigger standpoint. What's your trigger? It could be a smell. It could be loud noises. It could be, those are some of the sensory things that can cause you to have a migraine to occur. Now there's a theory that's more vascular in nature. So what happens is you start to feel this prodrome or this eye pain happen, right? What is that? Sometimes it's a constriction of the vessels, and sometimes there's an irritant that constricts the vessels up, right? So you get this feeling in your eye. Your body is a self-regulating system, so there's always a response to an impulse. So if you're supposed to be in this homeostasis line and then you get this constriction, what do you think your body does? It kicks it back up and tries to dilate the system, right? That there's a natural ability for you to do that within your own body. You don't even think about it. It's pretty cool, right? So, and that happens in all the systems in your body. So you have that, and then you have this big dilation, and that's where they theorize that some of the pressure can come from. So, all right, you got to have a little bit of an idea of where these migraines can come from. It's like an autonomic autonomic or nervous system response. It creates this pressure in the head. It can affect the eye. What helps it? You'll find that people already know it's sleep, quiet, dark room, relaxing. That's really good. It calms down the system. Mindfulness and education around it is really important too. So being mindful about what's occurring can give you peace, and that peace can bring relaxation and take away some of that anxiety around the migraine. That's important too. What other things that you can do? Either soft tissue adjustments, dry needling. The things that we do in this office are really effective. So if you see someone waiting out in the weight room with sunglasses on, just don't talk to them. You know what I mean? They're just having a bad migraine, and we see that all the time. So chiropractic care can really help out a lot. Those are some of the things that we can do from our standpoint. Nutritionally, there's allergens, there's food, so being aware of what's going on. If you're eating a certain food or a preservative, if there's a dye in the food, or if it's really heavy and simple sugars, right? If you're having these huge glycemic spikes, that could be another cause or trigger the migraine. So being aware of your food and what triggers it. Wine sometimes can do it, alcohol, teas, coffee, sometimes dark chocolate. Those are some of the foods that can sometimes do it. Nuts. So being aware of it, like, okay, I just ate a lot of that the day before and now I'm getting a migraine. What's going on? Your body responds to foods just like it responds to stress. So you got to be aware of that. So those are some of the triggers as well. What else could you do to help it? There's some supplements out there that actually can help out with migraine. So if you don't want to, this is all conservative management. If you go to like an MD, they'll do like, they might give you a prescription. There's certain drugs that are injection based where you do an injection in the neck. Sometimes even people get Botox injections because it freezes up that nerve and it doesn't allow it to happen. Which, you know what, I get it, because migraines are super intense, but I would exhaust conservative options because there's less side effects, and it's really nice to be able to kind of listen to your body, right? And say, oh, I'm getting these symptoms, why? Why am I getting this sprained ankle? What did happen? Why does my ankle hurt? Oh yeah, I got to do something to help with it, right? Not just kind of like patch on the leg.
That's right.
And numb it up. So that's how, so supplement-wise, butterbur is something that's commonly used. It's research-based. Butterbur, it sounds weird. Not as weird as feverfew. That sounds even weirder. Yeah. But they're all plant-based supplements that can help. We use magnesium a lot. So we use a product from Thorne called magnesium citrate. It's not an antioxidant. It is a electrolyte. So electrolytes, sometimes imbalances in electrolytes can be a problem with migraines. So staying hydrated and having a good balance of electrolytes. So magnesium is a really good one that we use. And then I just kind of recommend the two that I make sure that people are kind of staying steady with are vitamin D and fish oil. That's more anti-inflammatory in effect and immune support. So butterbur, magnesium, B vitamins can be helpful. And then ruling out other causes like anemia for the migraines is really important too. Do you have a better understanding what migraines are? I didn't ask you that many questions.
No, it's perfect.
It was perfect?
That's perfect.
All right. Cool. You can tell your friends, oh, you got the classic migraine.
That's right. That's right.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, now if you have migraines, you have a little bit better understanding of what's going on. Hopefully, if you have any more questions or if you have triggers, put your triggers below in your comments. You're back with Molly, the movie star, the ultra movie star from Penn State / Towson.
Yeah.
And,
if you have any migraine questions, just come find me at Towson.
You're inviting a lot of people to come find you at Towson. Do you know how many views your last video had?
No.
15,000.
Oh yeah. This is the problem. I don't like it.
See ya. Thanks for watching.
Next time on Kalkstein Chiropractic.
Good to see you too.
What are you here for?
Just a tune-up for
Tune-up, yeah.
lower back. Yeah.
Beautiful.